Hi everybody, it's David. Have you ever been prescribed one of these but no one ever told you how to use it? Well, you're in luck because today I'm going to show you the right way to use your inhaler. So a respiratory inhaler, it's a medical device that's used to deliver medication directly into your lungs. It helps relieve your symptoms and it manages respiratory conditions effectively. The purpose of it is to really target that medication into the lungs, and it's important to do that. And a lot of these rescue inhalers that we're going to talk about, and some of the maintenance ones, the more that they can get down into the bottom of your lungs, the better. So there's two types that we're going to discuss today. There's a quick relief, which is a rescue inhaler that we refer to, and that provides rapid relief of your symptoms like shortness of breath and wheezing and coughing, and that's often associated with asthma or COPD. The other one is long-term control, because some inhalers contain maintenance medications that are designed for daily use to manage chronic pulmonary conditions. So, okay, when the heck do you use your inhaler? And it's based on your prescription. Use it as directed by your healthcare provider. If you're not sure, please check with them, check with your pharmacist, because it's really important. If you're going to go through the trouble of this, make sure you're using it properly. Now, there's two indications, like we said. There's for symptom relief, which is you use it during a flare-up or a preventative measure before doing activities that could trigger symptoms like exercise, let's say. And for me, I have exercise-induced asthma, and sometimes I forget to use it myself. Not that long ago, I was jogging at the beach. I had my music in, I was listening, and all of a sudden I hear this whistling. I'm saying, what the heck is this? And it's following me everywhere I'm going. And sure enough, I shut off the music and I was wheezing. It was me whistling. So I went back to my car, I took my inhaler, I waited until it kicked in, and then I continued and I was fine. But it happens to the best of us. So like I said, first one is symptom relief. The second one is for maintenance use, because certain inhalers are taken daily to maintain long-term control of your respiratory conditions. So how do you use it? Okay, I'm going to explain it to you first, and then I'm going to show you. So basically, you want to shake it to activate the propellant inside. And now I know there's other ones that are called DPIs, which are dried powder inhalers. That's not these. These have propellants in it. So you're going to shake it. You'll take the cap off. You want to make sure that the position is really good. So the cap will be off. Oops. And you'll take it. Don't mind me. Haven't had enough coffee yet today. And so you'll take it. You'll squeeze it. And you want to make sure that the opening is not pointed at the roof of your mouth. You want to make sure that it's straight in. Then you're going to hold your breath for 5 to 10 seconds, and then you're going to exhale slowly. Now, you also want to make sure, and I'm going to go over this in a second, that you wait a good 2 to 3 minutes between the first puff and the second puff, because they're just little droplets and particles. Think of little water droplets of medication. And so they're going to come down, and everything that they touch, they're going to help open. So if you take one, and then you take another one right after, then the second one starts to work right here. You want to wait, so that way the first one lets gravity pull the particles down lower, all the way down, and then you take the next one and it starts working from here down. And that way you get really good coverage of the medication. So I'm going to demonstrate. So we shake it up, and I always tell people, start to breathe in about 1 second before you press the actuator. So you're going to blow out, put it in, start to breathe in. Nice and easy. And that's when you're going to wait the 2 to 3 minutes, again, to let the particles really drop. So some of the important points I want to discuss with you is proper technique. Using it correctly will really ensure the medication is being delivered really well into your lungs. Also, there's some hand, mouth, breath coordination involved with this. So timing it with your inhalation and also the tilt of this will really have an impact on whether or not you're getting the full effect of the medication into your lungs, because that's all we're trying to do. Now, if you have an issue where you can't either squeeze this with one hand or two hands, or you can't time the medication coming in, then a spacer could be indicated for you. And it's just basically a little clear device. You put this in and you don't have to worry about timing it. You can squeeze it and the medication will stay here until you breathe in. If you're not sure, check with your doctor. Ask them about a spacer if you're having an issue with it. Also, some of the medications you want to have to rinse your mouth out afterwards because some of them contain corticosteroids and other things, and we don't want you to get any infections like a yeast infection of your mouth that's called oral thrush, and we don't want that. So just check with your doctor or your pharmacist about whether or not your medication falls under that category. And then you just want to keep it clean because cleaning it regularly will really prevent blockages and making sure that this works correctly. Quick little cleaning instructions for you. First thing you do is take it out and clean the outside, clean the inside with just some warm, mild soapy water. You don't want anything too hot because it could damage it, and that's not good. So you want to clean it with mild soapy water. The key is to make sure that you really rinse it well and dry it well. You have to let all the parts air dry before you reassemble it. And then you're going to just take it, you'll put it back in, you'll put the cap back on, and you're all set and you're good to go. Because regular cleaning maintains the inhaler's effectiveness and it prevents contamination. So if you were sick one time and you used it and then you got better and then used it again, you could get sick again. We don't want that. So always follow the cleaning instructions provided by your healthcare provider or the inhaler's manufacturer. But that's it. That is how and the right way to use your inhaler. I hope you found it helpful. I'm so glad that you're taking the time to watch this. I appreciate it so much. And if you liked it, leave a comment. If you have questions, concerns, or anything, leave a comment. I love to hear from you. I'm so proud of you. Have a great day. And now you know the right way to use your inhaler.